Let's start with something that might feel a little uncomfortable. If you're saving money, even a small amount, every month, you are already ahead of most people. Seriously, the habit of putting something aside, no matter how little, is one of the most important financial decisions a person can make. So if that's you, take a moment to acknowledge that. It matters. But here's the thing. Saving money is the starting line, not the finish line. And if saving is the only financial move you ever make, if you just let your money sit, month after month, year after year, quietly piling up in an account, there is something happening to your money right now that nobody sent you a warning about. No alert on your phone, no message from your bank, just a slow, quiet process, working in the background every single day. It's called inflation, and here is the simplest way to understand it. Imagine a basket of everyday things, groceries, transport, rent, a pair of shoes. What that basket costs today is not what it cost 5 years ago. And it's not what it will cost 5 years from now. Every year, bit by bit, the same basket gets more expensive. That is inflation. The value of money shrinks over time because things keep costing more. Now here is where your savings come in. Let's say Alex saves $1,000 this year, puts it in a jar or a basic savings account that earns almost nothing. Next year, inflation is 6%. That means things are 6% more expensive. Alex still has $1,000. The number hasn't changed. But what that $1,000 can actually buy has shrunk. In real terms, Alex's savings lost value while sitting completely still. Do that for 10 years, and the gap between what your money is worth on paper and what it can actually buy in the real world becomes enormous. This is not a scare tactic. This is just maths. And once you understand it, you realize that keeping all your money in a savings account isn't the safe option. It is just the slow option. Slow erosion instead of sudden loss, but erosion all the same. The people who build real wealth over time aren't just savers. They are people who understood that money sitting still is money quietly dying, and they did something about it. So what do you actually do? Here's the mindset shift that changes everything. Stop thinking about saving as the destination. Start thinking about it as the launchpad. Your savings are not the end goal. They are the fuel. The question is, fuel for what? There are 3 moves that take you from just saving to actually growing. And they don't require you to be rich, or to understand complicated financial markets, or to have a degree in economics. They just require you to start, even small. Move 1. Make your money earn something. The most basic upgrade from a savings jar is putting your money somewhere it grows on its own. A high-yield savings account, a money market fund, a simple index fund. These are not exotic investments. They are vehicles that take your money and give it a job, earning a percentage on top of itself every year. Even 5 or 7% annual growth on a small amount, compounding over time, quietly becomes something significant. You don't have to start with a lot. You just have to start. Because the most expensive thing you can do with money is let it sit doing nothing while time passes. Move 2. Stop depending on one source of income. Most people have one income, one job, one salary, and everything. Their rent, their food, their savings, their entire financial life rests on that single thing continuing to exist. That is not a plan. That is a single point of failure. Diversifying your income doesn't mean quitting your job and becoming an entrepreneur overnight. It means asking a different question. Is there any skill I have, any asset I own, any time I can carve out that could generate even a small amount of money from a second direction? Freelancing, selling something, teaching what you know, creating content, renting out something you own. Even a small second stream, money coming in from a different direction, gives you options that a single salary never can. Move 3. Understand the difference between an expense and an asset. An expense takes money out and gives you nothing back. An asset puts money in or grows in value over time. Most people spend their whole lives buying expenses and wondering why they never get ahead. The shift is simple to understand, even if it takes time to execute. Every time you have money to allocate, ask, is this going to make me poorer or richer over time? Not every purchase is wrong, but the question should be asked. These 3 moves, earning on your savings, building a second income stream, and buying assets over expenses, are the foundation of every wealth-building story you've ever heard. Not luck, not one big break, just these 3 things, done consistently, over time. Now, before your brain starts telling you that this all sounds good in theory, but doesn't apply to your actual life, let's make this very concrete. What does making your money work look like for someone earning an ordinary salary? Not a tech CEO, not someone with family money, just a regular person in a regular job trying to get ahead. It looks like this. You save a percentage of your income each month, even if it's small. Let's say 10%. You don't leave it in a current account. You move it into something that earns interest, a high-yield account, a low-risk fund, anything with a positive return. That's step 1, and it costs you nothing except 15 minutes to set up. You look at your skills. You have some, everyone does. Maybe you can write, or design, or fix things, or teach, or organize, or speak another language. You find one place where that skill has value outside your job. You offer it once. You see what happens. That is a second income attempt. Most don't take off immediately, but some do. And the ones that do change everything, and you start paying attention to where your money goes after the necessities are covered. Not with guilt, just with awareness. Because once you see it, you can start redirecting even a small amount towards something that grows instead of something that disappears. None of this is dramatic. None of it requires a windfall or a lucky break. It is just a series of small, deliberate decisions made consistently that compound into a completely different financial life over time. The gap between people who build wealth and people who stay stuck is almost never income. It is almost always intention. Here's the one thing I want you to leave with today. There are two versions of Alex. They started at exactly the same point. Same salary, same savings habit, same life. The first Alex kept saving. Faithfully. Every month, a little more in the jar. Felt responsible. Felt safe. Never thought much beyond that. The second Alex did all of that, and then made one extra decision. To put that savings to work. To build a second stream, however small. To stop letting money sit and start letting it move. 10 years later, both Alexes worked hard. Both were disciplined. But their financial positions look nothing alike. Not because of luck. Not because one had a better salary. But because of the quiet, compounding difference between money that sits and money that works. The best time to make that shift was 10 years ago. The second best time is today. You don't have to do everything at once. Pick one thing from this video. Just one. Move your savings somewhere it earns. Look at one skill you could offer. Learn what an index fund actually is. One thing. This week. Because the person who starts imperfectly today will always, always be ahead of the person waiting for the perfect moment to begin. If this video opens something up for you, subscribe. And if someone in your life is still just saving and wondering why it never feels like enough, send them this. It might be the most useful thing you do for them today.